It is mind-boggling to me how far pixel art has come in its relatively short lifespan. Its earliest forms were extremely crude and simple, yet somehow we've made our way from the squares of the past to the deluxe squares of today. Lit using modern lighting techniques, incorporating a hybrid of 2D and 3D elements. Sometimes it's so detailed you can't even tell it's pixel art at a first glance. And even the games that aim to emulate retro styles often present their own twists on what pixel art can be and the limits it can push. So here are some of the best looking upcoming pixel games that I so desperately want to play. Bionic Bay is one of those games with so much detail in its backgrounds that it's a little difficult for me to fully take it in. A lone scientist embarks on a journey to escape an ancient biomechanical world using the power of teleportation. The game has an extremely impressive physics system that you can witness for yourself in the demo on Steam, and honestly, the developers are just showing off at this point. Snow, fire, explosions, lasers, and a seemingly endless amount of jaw-dropping sci-fi set pieces. Best of all, Bionic Bay is set to release on March 13th, 2025. Awakened from the dreams of sunlight, a wanderer descends into the ruins. In development for over a decade, Radio the Universe has a striking, washed-out, yet almost neon palette for you to take in as you travel the ruins of a mysterious city. From majestic hallways and grand architecture to dark and ominous subway systems. It also has a demo, and in it you'll experience some quite brutal combat and platforming, all while being completely immersed in these dreamy and nightmarish locations. I don't know if Radio the Universe is ever gonna come out, but I'll be ready for it if it does. You're a hungry mouse scrounging for scraps in the sewers when you meet a magical sentient fatberg who teaches you to transform into a mighty little morsel. Equal parts cute and gross, Morsels is a creature collector roguelite with a rotating roster of playable characters you can switch between at will. Use magic cards to transform into little monsters, collect and nurture a troop of your own monster friends to battle a clique of killer cats, and persist at all costs to survive. Gotta catch 'em all. Threads of Time is very much one of those hybrid situations I mentioned in the intro, with only the character sprites being made of actual pixel art. But it definitely still gets a place on this list because of not only its beauty, but also its time-traveling concept. Jump from a prehistoric realm of dinosaurs to a future filled with neon lights and robots, and even beyond that to the downfall of it all. It was only announced a few months ago. This really is just a teaser, but it was more than enough for me to instantly add Threads of Time to my wish list. An ongoing, apocalyptic meteor shower has forced the world's population to settle underground. As Shell, a feline child who awakens to find her mother missing, drill downward and discover the Everdeep. With a release window not too far into the future, Everdeep Aurora will be arriving this fall, and I don't want to pick favorites, but SteamWorld Dig meets Hollow Knight in an adventure full of shifting colors, cavernous depths, and larger-than-life characters. Will you find your mom and save the world? As a NECTARMANCER hired by the throne, your job is to plant, pollinate, and care for the nectargenic plants of the world, which grant the power of looking into the future. A power that's been abused for possibly centuries, and whose use hasn't gone unnoticed by the spirits. Nature's delicate balance has been upset, and of course, most of that blame falls onto you. The beauty cult NECTARMANCER is a gardenvania with explosive combat gardening and some wild-looking boss fights. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, pulling different plant power-ups from a deck of cards, but it looks cool. The Drifter is an adventure thriller with a great demo and even better pixel art. Reawakened seconds before your death, figure out who done it, and try not to get killed again along the way. Mick Carter has been drifting through life for a while now, never staying one place long, moving from job to job. Forced to return to his old hometown, he witnesses a violent murder. The Drifter is a fast-paced, investigative point-and-click game designed to serve you all the drama and wit of the classics without all the frustration. Last, I have a little game I know a lot of you have been looking forward to, Replaced. You're an artificial intelligence trapped in a human body during tumultuous times. Set sometime after a catastrophic nuclear event, criminals are running rampant, and some of them work for the government, selling humans and their parts for profit. Explore the retro-future Phoenix City of the 1980s and fight for justice while resisting corruption. I love the combination of analog and digital, hope and despair, square pixels, and modern lighting and effects. I'd also love for you to consider checking out my Patreon newsletter or joining the channel right here on YouTube to help me keep making videos just like this one.